The PS2, now we're talking. I had this bad boy on release and it led to endless Friday after school Tekken tag team tournaments round my gaff. This thing was the future, man. You could play it vertically or horizontally. You could use your old PS1 controllers in games. You could twizzle round the PS2 logo on the front.
Ooh.
This thing had it all. And it's not just dewy-eyed fanboys who proclaim this, oh no. The PS2 still holds the honoured accolade of being the best-selling console of all time, with over 155 million units sold. Almost 4,000 games were produced for this little black box, and more than 1.5 billion games sold for it. Man, this console was an unstoppable conquering beast, finally succumbing to old age after a 13-year gluttonous binge in January of 2013. And with the list of those said 3,874 games, there's gonna be some weird and wonderful cheats knocking about for them. Alright then boy, I am LetemcomeInit, and enough of the creaming, let's crack on with this PS2 edition of Dirty Cheating. Kart Fury Championship Racing. Now, as a general rule, F1 style games don't usually conjure up that much excitement in my mind, but this is one that arcade gods Midway got their teeth into. And take a look at the box. Massive crashes, billowing smoke, flaming wheels. Alright, this one's going in the right direction. True to Midway form, this one started off as an arcade, and it's brought all their arcade goodness along for the ride here. So let's kick things off with a bang. Enter these in the cheat mode. Let's start with a little bit of full turbo. Not too bad for smashing people up and alright for passing them, but a little bit tame. Rocket wheels? Getting better, but not quite there yet. Alright, now we're starting to get somewhere. Jump mode and low gravity mode combined. What the hell is going on over here? What are you doing, mate? So far so good. Seem to have caused, well, about £1 million worth of damage and caused quite a few crashes. But I think we can push it a little bit harder. And if you include cheats like Death Wall and Death Car in your game, you best believe I'm going to use them, Adrian Fernandez. And where better to try out these cheats than on the moon, of course. Right, how extreme is this going to be then? That's pretty extreme. Right, watch out, get out, watch out. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We're okay. We're not okay. Watch out for these wankers and avoid the wall. Bollocks. And this is probably the most fun I've had with any of these cheats so far, I'd say. BloodRayne 2, in which you play as the titular character Rayne in this hack and slash fest from Terminal Reality, titular being the optimum word here. The basic premise is that you're a vengeance-seeking vampire on a revenge mission against your father. The first game's plot pitted you against the Nazis, trying to raise Hitler to power through the use of occult artifacts. Well, of course it would.
Not me. No!
In the second, we're in what was the modern day 2000s, seeking out your father's offspring who formed a cult based on your presumed dead evil father and were off to murder them all. Right, got all that? Good. Then let's kick things off with some blood and guts. Now, this game is pretty bloody as far as bloody games go, but you're going to want to turn on the gratuitous dismemberment mode. This not only allows you to chop your opponents up, but it allows you to dismember them completely. Arms, torsos, heads, legs, anything you want. And while you watch this nice little montage of death here, a little word about the codes. A unique system indeed, somewhat like Cards Against Humanity, stringing sentences together with random words here. And as for the sentences themselves, it appears the developers may well have been attending Crackfest 2006 when they wrote them. Here's a couple of my favourites. Whack this molested ninja. Naked juggy resistance pacey. Ardent hungry naked ninja. Want this dark reality taint queef. Or the classic whack lick erotic cunningly. But the cheat that really cements this game on the list would be the infamous Juggy mode. And though it wouldn't take much of a stretch of the imagination to figure this one out, like a sleazy front of house brothel owner, I shall show you. Dirty perverts, the lot of ya. Star Wars Racer Revenge. Now, when it comes to Star Wars, admittedly I'm a little bit meh, but Podracing, that's my boy. Mostly because it's an intergalactic, planetary, intergalactic demolition derby. And this installment is like the souped up older brother from episode 1 Racer on the N64. The crashes on this are banging in cinematic replay mode. And it's got more tracks, more races, and more of the main thing I'm interested in the game. But the cheats are in the hidden races. Now this is another one of those come and have a go if you think you're hard enough kind of cheats, so hold on to your butts. Want to get your hands on episode 1 Sebulba? No problem. Complete a championship coming first in everything and finishing it. Not too hard. What about Darth Maul? Big red-headed angry bugger, you know the one. Just get the best KO record on each track. It's a lot harder to do, but a lot more fun. Die, Anakin! Right, now come the harder ones. Watto and young Anakin. To do this, you're going to want to get the fastest 3 laps and fastest single lap respectively on each track. And this is no mean feat. You've got to race a perfect lap with the fastest pod with no collisions. As a matter of fact, you've got to have Jedi reaction. Oh, bollocks. No pun intended there. The payoff? Meh, a dirty grubby pod and the most irritating character in the entire franchise. Yippee! But to get your hands on the big prize, you're going to want to turn over to the dark side. The original Dr. Evil, the true Dark Daddy, Darth Bloody Vader and his pod. To do this, unlock all these previous idiots, then complete a championship using any one of them to get this. Grand Theft Auto 3, the game that collectively blew all our tiny little minds all at once. This is the pinnacle of cheating right here if you ask me. You think the Konami code sticks in your head? I can still perform most of these, or the ones I used most often anyway, off by heart. And it's been 16 years. Man, am I really that old? Anyway, there's a cornucopia of great cheats for this one, and the only way to do them justice is a montage. Alright mates, cheers for watching. What were some of your favourite cheats? Any crazy codes you want to see in the next one? Let me know in the comments down below. If you've enjoyed this episode, do subscribe to my channel here. And if you're in the mood for something a little different, why not check out my O2 series, here. Thank you and good night.